Basic appraisal principles. Page 6. The United States in 1987. Since its inception, the Foundation has worked to foster professionalism in appraising by establishing, improving, and promoting the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice, USPAP, establishing educational experience and examination qualification criteria for the licensing, certification, and recertification of real property appraisers, establishing educational and experience qualification criteria for other valuation disciplines, disseminating information on USPAP and the appraiser's qualification criteria to the appraisal profession, state and federal government agencies, users of appraisal services, related industries and industry groups, and the general public, and sponsoring appropriate activities related to standards, qualifications, and issues of importance to appraisers and users of appraisal services. Source: Strategic Goals of the Appraisal Foundation, as adopted on November 1st, 2008, page 1. Figure 1, period 1. The relationship between the governing appraisal bodies. On top you have the FFIEC, Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council, www.ffiec.gov. Connected to that and down is the ASC, which is the Appraisal Subcommittee, www.asc.gov. Sort of attached to that, has a dotted line, is the TAF, the Appraisal Foundation, www.appraisalfoundation.gov. Connected to that and down is three. One is APB, Appraisal Practices Board. The next is Appraisal Standards Board. And the other is Appraisal Qualifications Board. Going back to ASC, connected to that underneath is State Regulators. Extra notes. Order online every 2 years. USPAP is updated every 2 years on January 1st. Keep an updated version on disk. By law, it's up to the appraiser. Page 7. The Appraisal Foundation does not have any members. It does not have regulatory authority to establish or enforce laws. Does not have legal authority to require adherence to USPAP. USPAP is adopted through law, regulation, and agreement, and is governed by a board of trustees based in Washington, D.C. The Appraisal Foundation's Board of Trustees provides financial support for the work of the AQB, ASB, and APB, appoints members to the AQB, ASB, and APB, and oversees activities of the AQB, ASB, APB, and other advisory councils. The Appraisal Foundation is composed of the following three boards that manage the disciplines in the Foundation: Appraisal Qualifications Board, AQB, Appraisal Standards Board, ASB, and Appraisal Practices Board, APB. The Appraiser Qualifications Board. The AQB has established minimum requirements for real estate appraisal licensing and renewal of licenses in the following areas: education, experience, examination, and continuing education. FIREA requires all state certified real estate appraisers to meet the minimum requirements as set forth by the AQB. States have the authority to impose additional requirements. Appraisal Standards Board. The ASB maintains the rules for developing and reporting an appraisal. This includes developing, interpreting, and amending USPAP. FIREA requires that all appraisals for federally related real estate transactions comply with USPAP. Appraisal Practices Board. The newest of the boards, established on July 1st, 2010, the APB is responsible for issuing opinions on recognized valuation methods and techniques, using a panel of subject matter experts, SMEs, and the APB offers voluntary guidance on issues that appraisers and users of appraisal services consider the most pressing topic or subject matter. This guidance is developed through both the expertise of the SMEs and TAF's public exposure process. The Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice, USPAP, is the recognized source of generally accepted standards for professional appraisal practice. It is written for multiple appraisal disciplines: real estate, personal property, business, and mass appraisal. The USPAP audience includes both appraisers and users of appraisal services. Federally related real estate transactions include any real estate transaction by a federally insured depository institution, such as securing a loan to finance real property or a loan secured by real property. Extra note: opinions are first opinions, but some appraisers, I don't know what the fuck that is.